Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Jini. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to color with our new blendability markers. They're alcohol-based, so it's a little different than our regular Stampin' Write markers. Here's a sample that I made to show you using the blended bloom. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. First, you'll want to use our Whisper White cardstock, and I happen to be using the new Blended Bloom stamp set that is wonderful for this technique. I'm also using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink because the Tuxedo Black ink is water-based, and so it will not bleed when you're using it with the alcohol markers. I'm going to stamp this image, and this is personal preference. It's on how you like to do it. I happen to like to start with the light color, and what I do is I simply color in an area with my lightest marker, and I am going to do this quickly so that you can see how it's done. So I've colored in an area with light, and the next color I go to is my dark, and you can see more about the basics with markers in my Getting Started video. I'm going to fill the areas in a circular motion where I want the shadows. You can use the big tip or the small tip, whichever you prefer. For right now I'm using the larger tip, and I am going in circular motion, so this helps blend my color. And you'll just keep doing that until the color loses its lines where the colors meet. And then I'm going to go over everything with my light color just to blend. Once again, I'm going to my dark color, and I am going to put in those shadows and that deeper color that I want. And you'll notice as you're working with your alcohol markers that there is a difference as the color dries. So give it a little bit, look for the lines, make sure you've blended it the way you wanted to, and then move on to the next section. And so I'm just blending until I'm happy with the lack of lines and the way it looks. And for this last section again here, I am pulling in my dark, and then my medium, and it's okay to go over and over. That's the benefit of the alcohol markers. It's going to give you a lovely line that, it's going to give you a lovely blend that doesn't leave you any lines. And over the top of that again. And as you'll see, the back of my paper is really messy. That's okay. The only thing you want to do is make sure that you have a layer under it when you're doing a card front. And the last marker I'm going to use is my color lifter. This really doesn't erase color, it just lifts it and moves it to where you want it to go. So it's a great way to add highlights and tone down a color, maybe that if it's pushed out of the line a little bit, you can push it back in. And the color lifter actually takes a little time to show up. So as it dries, the color will change, as you can see there. Let me show you the original again and what I've done. There you go. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. It's open 24/7, and you can get there from my blog, www.stampwithjini.com. Thanks for joining me.